What's up, everybody? Back today to talk about the newest Blair Witch film, Blair Witch 2016, whatever you want to call it. Directed by Adam Wingard, written by Simon Barrett, the same team that brought us You're Next, The Guest, and they did a couple segments on VHS 1 and 2. And, you know, I think people were expecting a lot from this film, and it was kind of meh. It's basically a rehash of the original film. It's a sequel, technically, but it's actually like a reboot. You know, they've done this a million times. The Force Awakens, Evil Dead remake, whatever. The main character is looking for Heather from the first film. She's his sister, and they go into the woods, and they wind up getting lost, and you know, at the end's pretty much the same as well. So it's basically the same movie, just more extreme, and has a ton of jump scares, which pissed the hell out of me. That's one of the things that really made me mad. You know, they get a chance to run around with a drone. They all have cameras. There's more people. There's just more of everything, basically. And, you know, it really made me appreciate the original film for the gem it is. This one just kind of felt like a run-of-the-mill found footage film. The ending's pretty cool, I'll give it that. But it's nothing you haven't seen before, definitely. I thought they would expound a little bit more on the witch. I mean, we find out more about the witch, but that kind of pissed me off because, you know, in the original one, it leaves it in your imagination, and it could have been anything in the original one, you know. It could have been crazy dudes in the woods. It could have been a witch. It could have been, you know, obviously they point to like a supernatural thing. In this one, it's clearly supernatural, super freaking powerful. More powerful than the original movie. I wish it would have been a lot more subtle, the powers. I just thought it was a little too much. When you have powers like that, you go beyond being a witch. To me, a witch is kind of a little more like a human that, you know, might be evil or something and have some spells and crap like that. This was just like supernatural to the extreme, like I said. I don't know. Some of the stuff just raised more questions than it answered. They don't really answer anything. You do get to see some stuff, which is kind of a nice payoff at the end. But like I said, it makes you respect the original one for being so subtle. I think that's about all I have to say. Not much. It was kind of meh, you know. The ending was good. I'll give it that. The rest was like the original Blair Witch, but not as subtle. And just a ton of jump scares and a little bit of REC thrown in also. Record. It did kind of feel like you at any second you expect a girl to get pulled back off, you know, like from the camera. Yeah, especially the end is a lot like REC. But yeah, so I'm going to give Blair Witch 2016 a 3 out of 5, only because the end was kind of cool. One good character in the movie, Lane. He's just kind of the comic relief and the only cool character, basically. He's like the stoner character that's not a stoner, basically, so he was kind of cool. Besides that, 3 out of 5. Tell me what you thought of the modern Blair Witch down below. I feel kind of bad because I think the director and the writer are good, and they were, you know, presented probably with this good property, and they're like, yeah, that's awesome, you know, we'll do something cool, and they kind of tried to pay homage to the original found footage greatness of the original one, and it just kind of, like I said, came out like a mediocre found footage film with a good ending. That's how I would describe it best. Comment down below, what do you think?